Welcome back, grade 12s. I'm sure you enjoyed the break. But now, time to focus once again. When we look at the bank reconciliation statement, because remember, the idea is to reconcile. What does the word reconcile mean? To bring together. What are we bringing together? Our balance as it appears in our bank account as compared to the bank balance as it appears in the books of the bank. So we are reconciling. We are bringing together two balances. Okay, here goes. Your bank reconciliation statement is in fact an extension of your bank statement. What am I saying? I'm saying that had these items actually appeared in the bank statement, they would have appeared in the debit or the credit column. Not true. So therefore, we are now going to take those items and put them in their respective columns. But remembering that your bank reconciliation statement, which we are preparing in our books, is an extension of the bank statement. Here goes. You will therefore start off with the final balance in your bank statement, either a debit or a credit balance. Clear? Then, what's next? Outstanding checks. What are we referring to here? Remember that all checks that we have written out are not necessarily presented to the bank for payment. You may have given a check to somebody who's cheese and they didn't need to cash the check right now. Will the bank have record that we've written out this check? Certainly not. So therefore, this check needs to appear as an outstanding check in our bank reconciliation statement. Why? Because it has not been presented for payment to the bank. Clear? Brilliant. Let's move on. What about outstanding deposits? What are we referring to here? Simple example. You receive your bank statement on the 20th of the month. From the 20th to the 30th, do you go on holiday? No. You are involved in transactions and you are making deposits on a regular basis. But are those deposits featuring on your bank statement? Can they? Impossible, because you already have your bank statement with you. So these deposits are what we refer to as outstanding deposits. In other words, we have knowledge of them. The bank does not have knowledge of them. So therefore, we need to update that information. Do you see that? That your bank reconciliation statement, guys, is an extension of your bank statement. And if you keep that in the back of your mind, I'm sure you'll find this as easy as pie. Okay, next one. Errors made by the bank. Do you think in this age of technology that we can still make errors? Certainly we can. So, a simple example. You complete a deposit slip and the last digit that you comply with, it's supposed to be a 2, but because you're in a hurry, it looks like a 3. When this is actually captured in terms of the bank, they've taken that money and put it into somebody else's account. You have made the error, yes, but in terms of the bank, when they recorded it, they made an error in terms of taking the money into the wrong account. So yes, this is a bank error because of some negligence on your part, or maybe negligence on the part of the bank. It happens these days. So now we need to correct that error. Remember, in life you will make mistakes, but a mistake only stays a mistake if you refuse to correct it. So correct your errors, and that's what we're going to be doing now. We're going to correct the error made by the bank. So what do? You will have to say credit an incorrect debit or debit an incorrect credit. So these are errors. Now these errors are not errors in our records, but records of the bank. there's one error. Debit incorrect credit or a credit to an incorrect debit. And then finally, what happens now is you end off with your bank balance. The bank balance that you have completed, the one that you have updated, is now into your bank reconciliation statement. And voila, what's going to happen? Your bank reconciliation is going to be an agreement telling you that everything is hunky-dory and you know the reason now for the difference. Okay, guys? Now, what has internal auditing to do with bank recons? Watch the space. Management is responsible for implementing an effective control process. What are we controlling here? We are safeguarding our cash. So it's an important process. We need to take cognizance of that. And in this case here, like I said, we are controlling our cash. Now, about internal control, all incomes must be properly recorded. We must keep a proper record, and our accounting records must be reliable and accurate. Your expenditure must be authorized and recorded. Remember, you need to have division of duties, you need to have proper documentation and authorization. Okay, guys, that dealt with the reconciliation process. But now, watch the excitement. I'm talking about excitement. We're coming to that final segment where we're going to look at something very, very, very interesting. So, you have reason to stay tuned. Back in a jiffy.